Lacoste? They don't make tennis shoes. Wait. Lacoste makes tennis shoes? You're joking, right? The walking poster boy for premature receding hairline has finally done it. He has finally won a Grand Slam, edging out the leader of the Flat Earthers in a fashionable 3 sets in US Open 2021. Daniil Medvedev, also known as the bullshit Russian, according to the king of long toilet breaks anyways, has always drawn iron curiosity from onlookers because he's one of the very few ATP players that actually use, or at least endorses, the Lacoste tennis shoe. This is the Lacoste AGLT 21 Ultra Tennis Shoe Review. Ugh. Damn! That's a mouthful. Lacoste, you need better names, bro. When it comes to Lacoste, the very first thing you will notice by far is the most expensive part of the shoe. It's this damn alligator. The next thing you'll notice is the tongue of the shoe is pretty unique because it's a thin leather-like sheet with some padding, and it sticks out like the overused beef curtains of that 45-year-old wrinkly woman that frequents the clubs and dive bars. And similarly, putting it in is actually quite comfortable after gently giving it a few nudges. I'm talking about my foot. Speaking of comfort, if you're comfortable with my unbiased analysis of tennis equipment such as this, just don't hit like, don't just hit subscribe. You definitely should, but join this YouTube channel. For only less than $3 a month, you can get all my original tennis content, including match play and equipment reviews, way earlier than the general public. And you get custom-made emojis and special access and permissions on my upcoming live streams. But let's see how this alligator shoe does on the tennis court.
Yeah, no. Zeros.
Zero, zilch, nada. That's how much break-in period this shoe had. This shoe did not have any foot or toe pains whatsoever in the playtest right from the first step. However, this kind of is not a comfortable shoe. Even now, about 10 to 15 hours in, it feels like there was about 1 centimeter of negative space between my sock and the outside lining part of my shoe. This is especially weird because this is only apparent on the outside lining, not the inside. I will give this shoe props though. The tops of these AGLT 21s, these names suck, are extremely plush and comfortable. Picking up my foot at a moment's notice was almost effortless. Also, ventilation was top notch. I was able to play up to 2 hours at a time in singles drills without any type of discomfort or overheating on my socks or my foot. Also, this shoe has something really unique. I really like how Lacoste has put an Achilles pad in these shoes. I always find my socks brazing against the Achilles part of my shoe due to, I don't know, just moving my feet a lot. And my socks, they start to thin out towards the Achilles. But Lacoste has this padding on the back. I really like it. More shoes, more tennis shoe manufacturers should do this.
There was no win that time. I'm getting it right now.
No doubt, this is a very stable shoe. However, this shoe is far from perfect. The logical part of my brain saying that this is a stable shoe was kind of ignored because of that negative space feeling I was talking about on the outside. I felt like I was half a second too slow when changing direction because of the fear of rolling my ankle when moving from left to right. Spoiler, I have never rolled my ankle or had any type of weird, awkward movements with this shoe. It's just a feeling. On the contrary, the stability and support of these shoes when it comes to vertical movement, forward sprinting, and backpedaling are damn near perfect. The backs of these Lacoste tennis shoes don't have that stupid back lip like some of the Nike models do. Also, for those of you with somewhat weak ankles, the ankle support right off the top of this Lacoste tennis shoe were pretty good. It rises a little bit higher than expected, but I don't think it ever actually got in the way of my movement. Yes, you want your shoes to have traction. You don't want to be like Nancy Kerrigan skating around after what Tanya Harding did to her a while back. But I would argue there is such thing as too much traction. Like many of you high-level singles players out there, I like to slide a bit on hard court before coming to a full stop sometimes. If there is too much traction on a shoe, I feel like I have a higher chance of tearing something in my knee. Even after 10 plus hours on the court doing high-intensity singles drills, there's no give whatsoever. This shoe just had way too much traction. And yes, I tried sliding on both indoor hard and outdoor hard court surfaces to no avail. Given how much the game has evolved into a grind from the baseline, I personally think every player tennis shoe, every high-level player tennis shoe should have some sort of give or slide after a break-in period. The Lacoste tennis shoe is definitely falling behind in that aspect. Coming at 175 retail with no durability guarantee, it's really hard for me to justify or suggest that a normal tennis consumer like you can find good value in this purchase. Yes, it's durable. From what I know, it's comfortable, yes, and the traction is just way too good. But in all honesty, as a consumer, the only reason you should buy this shoe is this. It has that stupid alligator logo on the side. These shoes are fashionable, don't get me wrong, they look great. I actually preferred the gray and white color scheme over the brighter schemes offered on online retailers. And I love wearing these shoes with a nice pair of slacks to get dinner with friends or drinks at a bar, or hell, even going to some outdoor concerts now that things are getting somewhat back to normal. These shoes make also a pretty decent but expensive pair of gym shoes when back squatting because everybody wants cake. But as for a high performance tennis shoe that a Grand Slam winner actually uses and not just endorses, here's what I have to say about that. Bullshit, Russian. Now, I want to turn it back to you guys. Have you even thought that Lacoste made tennis shoes? Have I convinced you to at least try these shoes on the tennis court and maybe just use them for regular sneakers when trying to be fashionable when it comes to social gatherings? Leave a comment down in the section below what your thoughts are. And as always, happy hitting.
Yeah. I owed you that point anyways. Did that really dip in?